good thing. Lots of events happened yesterday. It sounds like, Ross, those events could be affected today. But bowling, that's got to be inside somewhere.
You would think.
So maybe that's a
They'll
good thing.
probably be fine.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah.
But it'd be interesting to see some bowling outside too. That
know.
might be a good idea. But probably not so much today because we are going to be looking at the potential for some storms later this afternoon. Even this morning, we are looking at some light rain on radar, but nothing of which that's looming severe weather this morning. None of that. Maybe just an isolated downpour with some heavy rain. And pretty much everybody's just waking up feeling just how much warmer and how humid the air is compared to what it was yesterday at this time, where we had a lot of places with temperatures well into the low 60s and even into the 50s out there. So quite a change of pace for us this morning, but it is to no surprise, of course, being at this time of the year, that we have many locations into the low 70s out there as you head out the door. And waking up to a gloomy start, we did see a beautiful sunrise out into the distance early this morning that allowed to let you know that, yeah, we got some things coming our way, especially with some of the rain that we already saw early this morning. We had some of us maybe dealing with some wet pavement out there, perhaps looking outside and wondering where the rain went. Well, it's still out there, but for the most part, it has been weakening, and it'll continue to weaken as it moves over the state of Ohio. So really not a whole lot of things present that are going to allow for anything to be conducive for any widespread storm development as we head into this morning. You can see we do have a lone lightning strike in northwestern Ohio moving towards Toledo, but really just some scattered light rain across much of the state at this time. You can see we did have some brief moderate rain that just passed over Marion within the past hour. We do have some light rain that's moving in closer to town here in Columbus. You can see perhaps just a brief moderate shower just passing north of Columbus towards OSU, Clintonville area here within the next half hour. This will be, again, light for the most part. We're not going to be looking at any storm activity through this morning expected widespread, just very isolated with the rain. And you can see up towards the north and northwest, seeing some of that rain moving just to the south of Kenton over towards Rush Creek, just north of Bell Fountain, moving in towards the northernmost part of Union County. So we'll continue to see that light rain pass through, but for now, just very humid out there. Dew points are into the low 70s. Winds are light out of the south-southeast. They will pick up a little bit, so that will definitely help with, combating some of the heat out there. But for the most part, not expecting to see a whole lot of sunshine for us today. So looking at your hour by hour, again, we are going to be watching some of that light rain pass through into the morning hours. By around 10, 11 o'clock, if we do happen to see a decent amount of breaks in the clouds, that is going to allow for better potential for some storms to develop as we head into the afternoon. Regardless, after 2 o'clock, just how humid it's going to be with this front coming in, that's where we'll start to see some isolated showers. And again, this will start to bubble up. It'll turn scattered and a little bit more widespread as the afternoon goes on. But temperature-wise, we'll be climbing into the mid to upper 80s. Anything that forms ahead of this front will also have the potential to be strong to severe, but more so along this line, which is going to be setting up pretty much into the early evening along I-71 and west. That'll push to the east as we head into the early part of tonight. Pretty much everything's going to be done with here in town by around 9, 10 o'clock in Columbus. A little bit earlier for those to the north and west, as you can see, already dealing with clearing. Breezy winds out of the northwest, bringing in some cooler air. Still looking at some showers, though, moving in through eastern Ohio to the south as well as we head into the early part of the overnight. But by tomorrow morning, everybody will be feeling much more comfortable with temperatures into the low 60s, even into the upper 50s for us. So this will be a short-lived system. However, we could pack a punch with a few storms, not looking at any threat for any tornadic activity, but we could see some straight-line winds with some of these storms that will be rolling through later this evening. And again, a beautiful day in store for us as we head into the start of the work week. 68 degrees by 9 o'clock, 72 by lunchtime. Considering how, well, we're already at 72, it'll be nice to save it for a few hours heading into the afternoon tomorrow. So a beautiful start to your Monday, and then 77 for us at 4 o'clock. And things staying pretty nice through a good chunk of the work week. We are going to be watching the humidity return, though, as we head into the end of the week, which is where it looks like we could be looking at a few more storms as we head into the weekend. But the good news is, dry start to the week as we head into your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Things will be heating back up, highs in the low 90s. And then it doesn't look like it's going to be raining all weekend long. Still looks like we could have the system slow down a bit, so just mentioning that we could be looking at some more inconvenient weather as we had some rain that's going to be moving in on Friday, and then again as we roll into the start of the weekend.